if you want it, you're just going to be like, damn, that's rough. But if that's what it takes, let's get to it. We've talked about like the technical stuff and you know, I think that's all like crucial to know as an artist, and obviously you can't underestimate the importance of having that good music. But one thing that piqued my curiosity, I saw on your Instagram, you shared a stat from your Spotify. Almost 600 people had you as their favorite artist. And I was wondering what sort of perspective, no?
Yeah, no. It was just
okay.
I'm still astounded by it. I still think it's
crazy,
cool, dude.
So a lot of people don't have those numbers, but they're chasing these Spotify metrics. I was curious, what are you doing to engage with your fans? What have you found has really worked to create that communication between you and your fan base that I think a lot of people are missing nowadays? They're going for the vanity metrics, but they don't have that like core fan base that cares about them. Was there anything specific that you did, or was it just the music pulling all those people in?
No, it was, for better or worse, I am myself all the time, and that can be alienating or it can be very attractive.
I think it has to be both though, right? Like you're never going to please everybody. If you pick who you are, you be who you are, say what you think and feel, you are definitely going to alienate some potential fans, but they're the potential fans that weren't really going to be your fans in the first place as soon as they found out who you really were. Like if you have political stances or social stances or whatever that you really believe in, and that's reflected in your music, say them loudly and proudly, because certain people will love you way more because of that and be your real fans because they like you through and through as an artist and a person. Yeah.
No, and it's 100%, man. Yeah, it's interesting. I no longer think we're in the era of it's weird. Like the things that have worked so well to blow up so many people are also I think psychologically and subconsciously we're aware that they're bullshit, and so I kind of think that there is this. I think that there is this yearning and this craving for genuine, authentic connection. And just authenticity and being genuine. And I did a couple of tours, longer tours, and man,
I saw you and Luke perform at, what was that venue in Seattle? And
Columbia City Theater.
Columbia.
Yeah.
That was the best show.
You're a good performer, man. You're a good performer.
That was the last show I did, and it was by far the best fucking show I've ever had.
It was a good-ass show, dude. It was a good-ass show. I was so happy I showed up for that. Both the openers were fucking killer, and then you smashed it. It was such a good show.
And I got to be honest, man, having Luke be so hands-on with that and knowing that the arrangements were there and that I didn't have to worry about that part, it was just pushing tickets and enjoying it. And that's the first time I ever beginning to end enjoyed the shit out of it. And so that was kind of the culmination actually of these tours, man. I was not always I could always, like when I used to rap really fast and that's what I did, I could always impress people because my cadences were clean and like I had energy. I was never like scared or in my shell, but like the truth is like being able to move and vibe and be comfortable and have fun and be magnetic. That shit is so attractive. And that I went on a couple of back-to-back tours. One of them was really long. One of them was a couple of weeks. Mainly because music for me has always been about alienating myself to the degree where I get to grow. And I knew that I needed to become comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you do 40 shows in 20 states in 60 nights, and you're on a bus with people that you don't really like, and it's a constant grind. Like eventually, like it stops becoming so mentally taxing to perform, and that becomes the fun part. And I made sure to really be nice to people out there. I made sure to be nice to people, and the people that stayed connected with me, I stayed connected to. I'm not. It's weird. By learning how to do Facebook ads, I ended up starting my own digital marketing first side business. Now it's like my main revenue stream. And I'm much better at doing it for other people than I am myself. I get lazy on the content sometimes. I'll post some political shit on Facebook every day because it's just who I am, or some just sassy being a dick shit. But I like sometimes my IG goes like this. Sometimes I'll drop a lot of videos in a couple of months and then nothing will happen for a while. I'm kind of inconsistent, but what I am very, very consistent on is I did connect with people, and when they send me a message, I do respond. And I'll be honest, some of that was me at first. It's like fake it till you make it. Like, I don't inherently want to respond every time. But I made myself do it enough because I was like, look, like these people actually care enough to reach out and be like, oh, I'm going through this shit right now, blah, 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 blah. It's not that I'm going to get a fan out of it. It's just like, just be a decent person and let that work. And so when I saw that it was like 586 or 590 or something like that, people listened to me more than any other artist on Spotify last year, I thought it was really good. And then I talked to a lot of other artists in the Seattle area that I know, or people that are connected to them, and they were like, nobody got that many. And that's fucking crazy. And then I became really, really humbled. And I think it's because I've done that stuff that actually I can't quantify. It's not in a spreadsheet. I don't have the solid data on that. But I take the time to do it.
Dude, that's such an important lesson for people, because people trying to make it in today's music industry believe that you could just game your way into, like, you game your way to plays, game your way to good music, game your way to fans. But like at the end of the day, like all of the metrics and like even with the best music, the people that win are the ones that have listeners, that have fans that listen to your music and associate with themselves. They're like, this is me. Like this, like this person gets me. This music represents what I think and feel and how I live. Like those are the types of connections that are nurtured through those personal one-to-one interactions, and through doing a really good job with being yourself and being authentic on all your socials, and through going through that longer, more difficult, nuanced process of really getting people to see what you're doing and believe in what you're doing and associate with it on a personal level. That's the shit that lasts.
Yeah. 100%.
That's the shit that goes song to song to song and everyone's fucking stoked on. That's the shit that actually gives you a career, rather than all of the game your way to the top stuff, you know?
Yeah, and you know, we always think about this like, oh, I'm trying to get 1 million plays or 1 million fans or whatever, but that doesn't happen without one person that connects to you on an actual personal level 1 million times over. Yeah. And so you've got to start when you have, you know, 0 fans, just connect with one person, and then a second, and then a 10th, and then a 50th. And every time, you know, you're on social media and somebody cares enough about you and your music to reach out, reach back, thank them, answer the question, interact, make a joke, whatever's your personality.
I answer every comment. I reply to every comment. I reply to every comment on every post and on it takes hours sometimes.
Respect.
Even if I don't do it that day, within 48 hours, every single comment that somebody makes on a YouTube, and I see on a YouTube video or on my Facebook video or whatever, I always reply to the comment. And it's as simple as usually a heart react and saying, I say mostly the same thing, but I mean it every time. And I'm just like, I'm so humbled and grateful that you connected with this and I made something you connected with and blah, 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 blah. It's tedious, but like, damn, they took time to do that. And if you're not fucking internationally famous yet, what's your excuse? You know? Yeah. The other thing though is that it's not binary. You know, there are some people that make a song and people fuck with it and they blow up. There are some people that are industry plants and some A&R in the industry is like, this guy's got next, and they push them up the pipeline, and they put a shit ton of money into them, and they have their major connections with huge radio stations and Sway in the Morning and blah, 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 blah. And they do the deal. There are still plenty of people that that's their path, and they become famous. It's not my path. My path is very, very weird and non-linear. And so it's, man, I wish I was cool. Like, I really do. I wish I was cool. I wish I was the cool guy. I wish I was like the cool guy that's kind of a dick, that got like famous and was just like, fuck it, you know, these peasants don't know anything and all that. But like, that's just not what the universe gave me. That's not the tool. That's not the toolkit, the skill set, the experience, the path. So like, you know, it turns out though this way is incredibly rewarding. My soul is free. My conscience is clear. My side of the street's clean, all that shit. And I get to really love making music, and it does what it does. And I spend way too much money on ads promoting it, but they do have an ROI, and it does get easier. So
dude, there's this one thing that I heard a while ago that I just thought was cheesy as fucking hell, but now I realize like it's actually fucking really relevant. It was something about like Taylor Swift and like her first manager. She was like, I want to sell 500,000 records. And her manager was like, if you want to sell 500,000 records, you need to meet 500,000 people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And now I'm like, fuck, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Like, that's actually fucking how that shit works. It's crazy. Okay.
Man, what I wanted to say is that's such a testament to how bad you want it, and how clear you were able to look at the situation and be like, this is the hand I was dealt, not the hand that I wish I was dealt. You were able to look past that and be like, how do I use what I actually got, and not try to shoehorn in what I want into reality and just let it pan out. And then actually putting the time to reply to everybody, like, that's the one thing, myself included sometimes, that I'm not the best at. But like you said, like that, the ROI of that is just incomparable to anything else. And that's the one thing people like, first thing they feel too cool to do, or they start to push it down their priority list. And it's just, if you want it, you're just going to be like, damn, that's rough. But if that's what it takes, let's get to it, versus, you know, complaining about that shit. That's not going to get you anywhere.
I like it. What's up, humans? It's Luke, your friendly neighborhood trap Jesus. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We appreciate you. Remember to like and subscribe to our channels. And if you have any questions or topics that we need to cover on the show, put them in the comments. Appreciate you. Peace, and peace among worlds.